In 1980, we had a grain elevator in Gettysburg that was going to shut down, and Dad was a big protector of small rural communities, especially the one he grew up in, which was Gettysburg. Rod Burwell, who was a childhood friend that worked on the farm, they went into business together in that venture, and the John Deere business ended up being the same way. They couldn't get the business sold, and Dad didn't want it leaving the community, so he and Rod jumped in and started it that way.
I think my dad would describe the history of CNB as he had saved his buddy from driving 80 miles to go get parts. It didn't really start out with the aspirations of growing into what it has grown into. It was basically, I don't want to call it a lifestyle purchase, but it totally was.
I think they see the value in what they're doing to rural agriculture. In 1988, when Dan bought John Deere from Hopmans, and he saw the value of what these stores and what these things meant to these small towns.
They go deeper than just tractors. They're concerned about the community and the people, and they also do a lot of those extra things, which for a small community where everybody knows everybody, it's a blessing.
It's a fun environment. As soon as you walk in the building, you can tell that we enjoy being there. We love being there with the customers. Everybody just wants to get there in the morning to get ready to go to work.
The values that I grew up with on our farm, our word is our bond. It is what we say it is a common terminology that we have within CNB, and no different than growing up. When you tell somebody that you're going to do something, you stick to it.
I think it's the golden rule, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. I really think that's the secret to the success, and it's not some grandiose, trade secret. It really is treat each other like human beings.
They make sure that what they sell us works, and it works when we need it to work. And they're always willing and able to come out. They have plenty of technicians that know what they're doing, and it doesn't have to be just one guy. They have multiple guys that can come out and service what we need here on the farm.
Sales is just the first part of it. We've got an awesome service department throughout all of our organization. Without an aftermarket department, you can't sell anything because you got to be able to support it.
We're there to help our customers. We want to keep them operating smoothly and make sure whether it's their equipment that they need to trade, or it's parts over the counter, it's service to the shop, we want to be there for them.
They can call any of us at any of our stores 24 hours a day and someone's going to answer the phone.
There's a lot of companies that are changing focus. What's the slogan for this year? What's new? What's different? For CNB, we've always been about growth the right way. It's getting better, whether it's internal to the store, whether it's in a department. As far as what we're going to be 5 years down the road, we'll all see.
There's so many people, so many companies that don't necessarily have the customer's best interest in mind. In this day and age, that's getting to be harder to find, and if the company's principles and philosophies remain the same, I don't see that relationship ever changing.
We don't push stuff onto people that they don't need. Integrity and honesty have always been a very huge part of their operation, and that's why they've done as well as they have with this community, because that's a part of these communities too.
I've enjoyed my job, I enjoy my employees, my customers. And I grew up in South Dakota, and I plan to live in South Dakota the rest of my life, and I love the ag world and the ag business.
It gives you life to see what younger people and how they're so excited about living in rural communities and being a big part of the rural community. Farming used to be something that was characteristic of a lifetime. Today, you can only farm if you can make it in business till another year. And so our job is to keep as much of that going as possible for as long as we can.
Because our operation varies from different parts of the season, CNB is there for every aspect of our operations, whether it be our skid steers or tractors, harvesting equipment. They're just there. They're just our partner year-round.
Our customers appreciate the fact that we're trying to eliminate their downtime. It's also given us the opportunity to keep 8, 10, 12 guys busy working all winter long, and that's important for, retaining people.
We're looking back at where we came from with CC bar feed and grain. We have to keep doing it the way that we've been growing over the past 30 years, especially going into the next 30 years. You have to remain grounded and not lose sight.
I look at the rebranding and, it's simple. It takes us back to the one that our dads penciled out on a piece of paper and started, so it was about that simple. Yet it pulls us together because our entire team understands what our fathers stood for. That consistency plays well as we go forward.